Shalom, shalom. Today will be Psalms 71 through 80. And for those that don't know, 78 is quite lengthy. So, this might go a little long, but we're going to tackle it. 71. In you, O Yahweh, I have taken refuge. Let me never be ashamed. In your righteousness, deliver and rescue me. Incline your ear to me and save me. Be to me a rock to dwell in, to go in continually. You have given the command to save me, for you are my rock and my stronghold. Rescue me, O my Elohim, out of the hand of the wrong, out of the hand of the unrighteous and cruel. For you are my expectation, Master Yahweh, my trust from my youth. Upon you I have leaned from my birth. You took me out of my mother's womb. My praise is continually to you. I have become a wonder to many. I have become as a wonder to many, but you are my strong refuge. My mouth is filled with your praise, your splendor all the day. Do not cast me off in the time of old age, when my strength fails. Do not forsake me, for my enemies have spoken against me, and those who watch for my life have taken counsel together, saying, Elohim has forsaken him. Pursue and take him, for there is no one to deliver. O Elohim, do not be far from me. My Elohim, hasten to my help. Let those who are adversaries of my life be ashamed, consumed. Let those who seek my evil be covered with reproach and confusion. But I continually wait, and shall praise you more and more. My mouth recounts your righteousness, your deliverance all the day. Though I do not know their numbers, I come in the might of Master Yahweh. I make mention of your righteousness, yours alone. Elohim, you have taught me from my youth, and to this day I declare your wonders, and also when I am old and gray. O Elohim, do not forsake me, until I declare your strength to a generation, your might to all those who are to come. For your righteousness, O Elohim, is very high. You who have done great deeds, O Elohim, who is like you? You who have shown me great and evil distresses, revive me again and bring me up again. From the depths of the earth, you increase my greatness and comfort me on every side. Also with the lyre I praise you for your trustworthiness, O my Elohim. I sing to you with the lyre, O set apart one of Israel. My lips shout for joy when I sing to you. Even my being, which you have redeemed, my tongue too utters your righteousness all day long. For those who have been seeking my evil have been put to shame, have become abashed. O Elohim, give the sovereign your right rulings and your righteousness to the son of a sovereign. Let him rule your people with righteousness, and your poor with right ruling. Let the mountains bring peace to the people, and the hills by righteousness. Let him rightly rule the poor of the people. Save the children of the needy, and crush the oppressor. Let them fear you with the sun shining, and before the moon in all generations. Let him come down like rain upon the mown grass, like showers watering the earth. Let the righteous flourish in his days with plenty of peace, till the moon is no more. And let him rule from sea to sea, and from the river to the ends of the earth. Let those dwelling in the desert bow before him, and his enemies lick the dust. Let the sovereigns of Tarshish and of the isles bring priests. The sovereigns of Sheba and Seba offer gifts. And let all sovereigns bow down before him. All nations serve him, for he delivers the needy when he cries, and the poor who has no helper. He spares the poor and needy. He saves the lives of the needy. He redeems their life from oppression and from violence, and their blood is precious in his eyes. And he shall live, and the gold of Sheba be given to him, and prayer be made for him continually. Let him be blessed all day long. Let there be plenty of grain in the earth. On the top of the mountains, let its fruit wave like Lebanon, and those of the city flourish like grass of the earth. Let his name be forever, his name continue before the sun, and let them bless themselves in him. Let the nations call him blessed. Let all nations call him blessed. Blessed be Yahweh Elohim, Elohim of Israel. He alone is doing wonders, and blessed be his esteemed name forever. And let all the earth be filled with his esteem. Amen and amen. The prayers of David, the son of Jesse, are ended. That's an interesting line. Elohim is truly good to Israel, to those whose heart is clean. But as for me, my feet had almost stumbled. My steps had nearly slipped, for I was envious of the boasters when I saw the peace of the wrongdoers. For death has no pangs for them, and their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, and they are not plagued like other men. So pride is their necklace. The garment of violence covers them. Their eyes bulge from fatness. Their heart overflows with imaginations. They mock and speak in the evil of oppression. They speak loftily. They have set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walks through the earth, saying, Therefore his people return here, and waters of a filled cup are drained by them. And they have said, How could El know? And is there knowledge in the Most High? See, these are the wrong and always at ease. They have amassed wealth. Indeed, in vain have I cleansed my heart and washed my hands in innocence. For I am plagued all day long, and my reproof is every morning. If I had said, Let me speak thus, see, I would have deceived a generation of your children. Yet when I tried to understand this, it was labor to my eyes, until I went into the set apart place of El. Then I perceived their end. Indeed, you set them in slippery places. You make them fall to ruins. How suddenly they are ruined, completely swept away through destructions. Yahweh, when you awake, you despise their image. And one does a dream after waking, as one words. We were doing pretty good till we got there. As one does a dream after waking. For my heart was in a ferment, and I was pierced in my kidneys. I was stupid and ignorant. I was like a beast toward you. Yet I am always with you. You took hold of my right hand. You lead me by your counsel. And afterward receive me unto esteem. Whom do I have in the heavens? And I have desired no one besides you on earth. My flesh and my heart shall waste away, but Elohim is the rock of my heart and my portion forever. For look, those who are far from you perish. You shall cut off all those who go whoring away from you. But as for me, it is good to be near Elohim. I have made my refuge in the Master Yahweh to declare all your works. O Elohim, why do you forever reject us? Why does your displeasure smoke against the sheep of your pasture? Remember your congregation. You did purchase of old the tribe of your inheritance. You did redeem this Mount Sion where you have dwelt. Lift up your steps to the endless ruins. The enemy has done all evil in this set apart place. Your adversaries have roared in the midst of your appointments. They have set up their own signs as signs. It seems as if one had lifted up axes among the thick trees, and now all its carved work they have broken down with axe and hammer. They have set fire to your set-apart place. They have profaned the dwelling place of your name to the ground. They said in their hearts, let us suppress them altogether. They burned all the appointment places of El in the land. We do not see our signs. There is no longer a prophet, nor any among us who knows how long, O Elohim, how long would the adversaries reproach? Would the enemies despise your name forever? Why do you hold back your hand, even your right hand, from the midst of your bosom? End it, for Elohim is my sovereign from of old, working deliverance in the midst of the earth. You divide the sea by your might. You broke the heads of the sea serpents in the waters. You broke the heads of Leviathan in pieces. You made him food for the people living in the wilderness. You made him food for the people living in the wilderness. You did cleave open the fountain and the flood. You did dry up mighty rivers. The day is yours. The night is yours too. We have established the light and the sun. You have established the light and the sun. Goodness, words. You have set all the borders of the earth. You have made summer and winter. Remember this, the enemy has reproached Yahweh, and a foolish people has despised your name. Do not give the being of your turtle dove to the wild beasts. Do not forget the life of your afflicted ones forever. Look to the covenant, for the dark places of the earth are filled with haunts of violence. Let not the crushed one return ashamed. Let the poor and needy praise your name. Arise, O Elohim, plead your own cause. Remember how the foolish man reproaches you daily. Do not forget the voice of your enemies. The uproar of those rising up against you increase continually. The way that one sounds like being thrown into captivity by Babylon. It's like, hey, they broke all these things. You know, bro, a lot of those things he didn't ask for. Anyway. Also, you broke the heads of Leviathan in pieces. You made him food for the people living in the wilderness. I'm assuming that's a manna? Like, could it be? I don't know. 75. We shall give thanks to you, O Elohim. We shall give thanks, and your name is near. Your wonders shall be declared. When I seize the appointed time, it is I who judge in uprightness. The earth and all its inhabitants are melted. It is I who set its columns firm. Peace. I said to the boasters, do not boast. And to the wrong, do not lift up the horn. Do not lift up your horn on high. You speak with a stiff neck. For exaltations are neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the wilderness. But Elohim is the judge. He puts down one and exalts another. For a cup is in the hand of Yahweh, and the wine shall foam. Okay. It is filled with a mixture, and he pours it out. All the wrong of the earth drink, draining it to the dredges. But I declare forever, I sing praises to the Elohim of Jacob, and all the horns of the wrong I cut off, The horns of the righteous are lifted up. In Judah, Elohim is known. His name is great in Israel, and his booth is in Salem. Ah, a previous name for Jerusalem. Yeah, Salem. And his dwelling place in Sion. There he broke the arrows of the bow, the shield and the arrow, and the shield and the sword and the battle axe. Peace. You are resplendent. You are resplendent. I don't know what that word means. More excellent than mountains of prey. The stout-hearted have been stripped. They slept their sleep, and none of the mighty men have found their hands. At your rebuke, O Elohim of Jacob, both the rider and horse lay stunned. You are to be feared. And who would stand in your presence when you are displeased? From heaven you shall cause judgment to be heard. The earth shall fear and shall be still, when Elohim arises to right ruling, to save all the meek of the earth. Peace. For the wrath of mankind praises you. With the remainder of wrath, you gird yourselves. Make vows to Yahweh your Elohim, and pay them. Let all who are around him bring presents to the one to be feared. He cuts off the spirit of leaders. He is awesome to the sovereigns of the earth. My voice is to Elohim, and I cry. My voice is to Elohim, and he listened to me. In the day of my distress I sought Yahweh. My hand was stretched out in the night, and it did not cease. My being refused to be comforted, and I remembered Elohim and groaned. I complained, and my spirit grew faint. Peace. You ceased the watches of my eyes. I was too troubled to speak. I have thought about the days of old, the years long past. I remember my song in the night. I meditate within my heart, and my spirit searches diligently. Would Yahweh reject forever, and never again be pleased? Has his loving commitment ceased forever? Has the promise failed for all generations? Has El forgotten to show favor? Has he shut up his compassions in displeasure? Peace. And I said, this is my grief, that the right hand of the Most High has changed. I remember the deeds of Yah, for I remember your wonders of old, and I shall meditate on all your work, and talk of your deeds. Your way, O Elohim, is in set apartness. Who is great? Who is a great El like Elohim? You are the El who does wonders. You have made known your strength among the peoples. By your arm you have redeemed your people, the sons of Jacob and Joseph. Peace. The waters saw you, O Elohim. The waters saw you, and they were afraid. The depths also trembled. The clouds poured out water. The heavens rumbled. Also, your arrows flashed back and forth. The voice of your thunder rolled along. Lightnings lit up the world. The earth trembled and shook. Your way was in the sea, and your path in the great waters, and your footsteps were not known. You did not lead your people like a flock by the hand of Moshe and Aaron. My people give ear to my Torah. Incline your ears to the wonders of my mouth. I open my mouth in a parable. I utter riddles of old, which we have heard and known, for our fathers have related them to us. We do not hide them from their children, relating to the generations to come the praises of Yahweh, and his strength, and his wonders which he has done. For he raised a witness in Jacob, and set a Torah in Israel, which he commanded our fathers, to teach them to their children, that it might be known to a generation to come, to children who would be born, to rise up and relate them to their children, and place their trust in Elohim, and not forget the works of El, but watch over his commands, and not be like their fathers, and a stubborn and rebellious generation, a generation which did not prepare its heart, whose spirit was not steadfast to El. The children of Ephraim, armed bowmen, turned back in the day of battle. They did not guard the covenant of Elohim. They refused to walk in his Torah, and they forgot his deeds and his wonders which he had shown them. He did wonders in the sight of their fathers, in the land of Mitzrayim, in the field of Soan. He split the sea and caused them to pass through. And he made the waters stand up like a heap, and led them with a cloud by day, and all the night with the light of fire. And he split the rocks in the wilderness, and made them drink as from the great depths, and brought forth streams from the rock, and caused waters to come down as rivers. Yet they sinned still more against him, to rebel against the Most High in the desert. And they tried El in their heart by asking food according to their desire. And they spoke against Elohim. They said, "Is El able to set a table in the wilderness? Look, he struck the rock, so that the waters gushed out, and the streams overflowed. Is he able to give bread also? Would he provide meat for his people?" Therefore Yahweh heard, and he was wroth. So a fire was kindled against Jacob, and displeasure also came up against Israel, because they did not believe in Elohim, neither did they trust in his deliverance. Yet he had commanded the clouds above, and opened the doors of the heavens, and he rained down manna on them to eat, and gave them the grain of the heavens. Men ate bread of the mighty. He set them provisions to satisfaction, and he made an east wind blow in the heavens, and by his power he brought in the south wind. He rained meat on them like the dust, and winged birds like the sand of the seas, and let them fall in the midst of his camp, all around his dwelling place. So they ate and were completely satisfied, for he brought them what they desired. They were not estranged from their desire. Their food was still in their mouths, when the wrath of Elohim came against them, and he killed among their fat ones. And he struck down the choice ones of Israel. In spite of all this, they still sinned, and did not believe in his wonders. So he ended their days in a breath, and their years in trouble. And he killed them, and then they sought him, and they returned, and did earnestly seek El. And they remembered that Elohim was their rock, and the Most High El their Redeemer. But they flattered him with their mouth, and they lied to him with their tongue, for their heart was not steadfast with him, and they were not true to his covenant. But he, the compassionate one, pardoned crookedness, and did not destroy them. And many a time he turned his displeasure away, and did not stir up all his wrath. For he remembered that they were but flesh, a passing breath that does not return. How often they rebelled against him in the wilderness, and grieved him in the desert. And again they tried El, and provoked the set apart one of Israel. They did not remember his hand, the day when he remembered them. They did not remember his hand, the day when he redeemed them from the adversary. How he worked his signs in Mitzrayim, and his wonders in the fields of Soan. He turned their rivers into blood, and they could not drink their streams. He sent among them swarms of flies which devoured them, and frogs which destroyed them, and gave their crops to the caterpillars, and their labor to the locust. He destroyed their vines with hail, and their sycamore trees with frost, and gave their beasts over to the hail, and their livestock to bolts of fire. He sent on them the burning of his displeasure, wrath, and rage, and distress. A deputation of messengers of evils. He made a path for his displeasure. He did not spare their being from death, but gave their life over to the plague. And he struck all the firstborn in Mitzrayim, the firstfruits of strength in the tents of Ham. Then he made his own people go forth like sheep, and led them in the wilderness like a flock. And he led them on safely, and they did not fear. But the sea covered their enemies, and he brought them to the border of his set-apart place, this mountain which his right hand had gained, and drove out nations before them, and allotted them a measured inheritance, and made the tribes of Israel dwell in their tents. Yet they tried and rebelled against the Most High Elohim, and did not guard his witnesses, but they turned back and acted treacherously like their fathers. They twisted like a treacherous bow, for they enraged him with their high places, and moved him to jealousy with their carved images. When Elohim heard this, he was wroth, and greatly despised Israel. And he left the dwelling place of Shiloh, the tent which he had set up among men, and he gave his strength into captivity, and his comeliness into the hand of the adversary, and gave his people over to the sword. And he was wroth with his inheritance. His young men were consumed by fire, and his maidens were not praised. His priests fell by the sword, and their widows could not weep. Then Yahweh awoke as one asleep, as a mighty man who shouts because of wine. And he struck his adversaries backward. He put them to an everlasting reproach. Then he rejected the tent of Joseph, and did not choose the tribe of Ephraim, but chose the tribe of Judah, Mount Sion, which he loved. And he built his set-apart place like the heights. Like the earth he founded it forever. And he chose David his servant, and took him from the sheepfolds. He brought him in from tending the ewes, to shepherd Jacob his people, and Israel his inheritance. And he shepherded them according to the integrity of his heart, and led them by the skill of his hands. Okay, I need a sip of your water, so give me just a moment. Alright. 79. O Elohim, the nations have come into your inheritance. They have defiled your set-apart Hakal. They turned Jerusalem into ruins. They have given the dead bodies of your servants. Yep. No. Because it goes on at the end of the sentence. Silly. Of your servants as food for the birds of the heavens. The flesh of your lovingly committed ones to the wild beasts of the earth. They have poured out their blood like water all around Jerusalem, with no one to bury them. We have become a reproach to our neighbors, a scorn and a mockery to those who are around us. How long, O Yahweh, would you be enraged forever? Would your jealousy burn like fire? Pour out your wrath on the nations who have not known you, and on reigns that have not called on your name. For they have devoured Jacob, and laid waste his pasture. Do not remember against us the crookednesses of the fathers. Let your compassion speedily meet us, for we have been greatly weakened. Help us, O Elohim of our deliverance, for the sake of the esteem of your name, and deliver us, and cover over our sins, for your name's sake. Why should the nations say, where is their Elohim? Let the vengeance of the outpoured blood of your servants be known among the nations before our eyes. Let the groaning of the prisoners come before you. According to the greatness of your arm, preserve those appointed to death, and repay to our neighbors sevenfold their reproach into their bosom, which they have reproached you, O Yahweh, with which they have reproached you, O Yahweh. And we, your people, and the sheep of your pasture, we give thanks to you forever. From generation to generation, we show forth your praise. Give ear, O shepherd of Israel, who leads Joseph like a flock, who dwells between the cherubim. Shine forth before Ephraim, Benjamin, and Manasseh. Stir up your might, and come and save us. Cause us to turn back, O Elohim, and cause your face to shine, that we might be saved, O Yahweh, Elohim of hosts. You know what? That we might be saved! Exclamation point. O Yahweh, Elohim of hosts, how long shall you be wroth against the prayer of your people? You have caused them to eat the bread of tears, and have caused them to drink with tears a third time. You have made us a strife to our neighbors, and our enemies laugh among themselves. Turn us back, O Elohim of hosts, and cause your face to shine, that we might be saved. You brought a vine out of Mitzrayim. You drove out the nations and planted it. You cleared a place for it and caused it to take deep root, and it filled the land. Hills were covered with the shadows, and the mighty cedars with its twigs. She spread her branches to the sea, and her shoots to the river. Why have you broken down her hedges, so that every passer-by plucked her fruit? The boar out of the forest ravages it, and the wild beast of the field devours it. Return, we beg you, O Elohim of hosts. Look down from heaven and see, and visit this vine, and the stock which your right hand has planted, and the son whom you made strong for yourself. It is burned with fire, it is cut down, they perish at the rebuke of your face. Let your hand be upon the one at your right hand, upon the son of Adam, whom you made strong for yourself, and we shall not backslide from you. Revive us, and let us call upon your name. Turn us back, O Yahweh Elohim of hosts, and cause your face to shine, that we might be saved. These are all beautiful in their own eloquent way, but some of these what's the right way to put this? Some of these make me go, Or is this ardor beforehand? I wonder how you got in this predicament. Anyway, I love y'all. May Yahweh bless you and guard you. May Yahweh make his face shine upon you and show favor to you. May Yahweh lift up his face upon you and give you peace. Thus they shall put my name on the children of Israel, and I myself shall bless them. Shalom, shalom.